Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emma. Today I want to bring you the supplies that I can live without in our homeschool. Seriously, I need them to be able to have a smooth day in our homeschool. I will see you after. My name is Emma. Here we talk about homeschool, motherhood, and lifestyle. I like to give you tips and ideas as well as sharing our journey with you guys. Today I bring you all the things that I think I can survive or I can have a smooth day in our homeschool. But before, if you're new, I would like to welcome you. Subscribe. Click that notification bell so you don't miss any of the information that I will be bringing in here. And give me likes and thumbs up if you like that video. There's certain supplies that I can live without in order for us to have a smooth homeschool year, a smooth transition, a smooth day, anything that can make our day smooth. And I would like to share with you guys what are those supplies that make my life easy. Okay, let me just start by sharing with you guys the first one, which is actually, it's not a supplies, but I need it constantly, is my phone. I have a lot of information on my phone. I like to have I usually use OneNote to have all the information that we do, the projects that we do in our homeschool, information about the trips, the books that we're reading. I like to go little by little, adding those to my OneNote application, just because I think it makes my life easy. And I will talk about this later on more in detail and give you some tips that are going to be helpful, because I made some mistakes along the way, and I realized that now when I did our homeschool evaluation, I made some mistakes, and I want to talk to you about that later on. But this is one of the things that I can live without, just because I use the application to make my life easy when it comes to upload information and have it there for when it is time for our evaluation. Another thing that I can survive in our homeschool and that I need constantly is our laminator. I can live without my laminators. Some of the activities from All About Reading and other programs that we use, I do like to laminate, just because my son tends to be a little bit rough with the activities, the cards, and some of the activities that the programs have. And I think that laminating them, having that extra coat to be able that they stay intact. Sometimes he is drinking something and he spills something, and just having that protects if it is cards or if it is any type of activity that he's using at the moment. I just like to them laminate as well. Some of the papers that I want to keep on his cheat sheet binder I use to laminate. I laminate them still and put them in his binder, and it's just give them that extra strength to last us through the whole year. Something is that I like to have them laminate them as well, because we do car schooling, and having them inside the car, inside our caddies that I will show you as well, is a little bit better, and it makes everything more sturdy if they are laminated. It lasts us longer. They can damage if they are inside the car and you're moving around. The books tend to damage a little bit, and these help us a lot. Something else that we use a lot, and I can't imagine myself without having that in our homeschool, is the caddies that we use for car schooling. I purchased these caddies at Michael's, if I don't remember wrong, and it's been so great to us. They cost, I think it was around $6 and something, and it's been helping us a lot to keep ourselves organized inside the car. I have one for my kid and I have one for myself, just because I want him to have some responsibility by him handling those materials, the books, the crayons, pencils, and everything that we need, all the supplies that is needed. I would like to for him to be responsible of his supplies, as well as having my supplies in my caddy just facilitates everything for me. He has his way to have things organized, and I have my own way to have things organized. And that way we get our way. Each one of us gets our way in how we want everything organized for our car schooling. So let me just show you those caddies. Okay, so this is the caddy that we are using currently for our car schooling. If you notice, it has several pockets around the caddy. You can either put the supplies in here, like your pencils, your crayons, dry erase markers, anything that you think that you guys are going to be needing. You can put the rulers in here, paper if you need paper, Kleenex. I put the programs in here, and usually if we have to do all about reading that day and we have to use the phonogram cards or any type of cards that we have for the programs that we're using, I like to put them in the big pocket, just because it keeps them safe and they don't wrinkle or damage easy. It has a space in there for him. We use these big pockets as well to keep our dry erase markers when we are using the dry erase board for his program. Sometimes we like to use the tablet or the laptop, or sometimes we just like to use actually our magnetic tiles, just because it has that motor fine skill there. We like to carry everything in here when we use our dry erase board, and that is something else that I can't live without in our homeschool. I put that little dry erase board just in here, and it fits perfectly and stays in there. Our magnetic tiles, when I carry them, I have a little box. It's kind of skinny. I think I purchased it at Dollar Tree, and I just put that little box in here with the dry erase markers, and he can find everything in the pockets. I have one of these for myself, and he has one of these caddies for him. And now I am going to show you something else that we need in our homeschool, and it's already in here, and it's the rulers. We can't be without a ruler. We use our ruler for math. I use it in my planner. I use it when we are going to have something to do that requires for us to measure, so it's something important for us to have as well. Something else that we need in our homeschool is color pencils. We can't live without our colored pencils. We have colored pencils everywhere. We have a set for our car schooling. We have a set in our homeschool room. We have a set in the living room. We have and we use a lot the colored pencils, no matter the brand. It could be Crayola, Cursive, any type of colored pencil. Depends on what we're doing is what I choose. I like to do certain drawings, and I like them to look a little bit more professional or prettier, so I use certain type of pencils, and depends on what we're using. Usually we use either Cursive or Crayola. Those are the most common ones that we use in our homeschool, just because it's easy. He's a little boy. He doesn't need anything too expensive. I am the one that purchased a little bit, a little bit more quality, because I like to draw. But he's just starting, and I think these are just perfect. You don't need to break your bank or your pocket just trying to get expensive color pencils, because if you want me to be honest, they tend to throw them everywhere. They are not careful with the pencils, or at least my kid. Usually I have to remind him, you need to put the pencil in the little caddy. And it's just little things in there. They tend to forget it. They're just kids, and it's okay. I don't want to buy a very expensive color pencils and be on top of him all the time just because of that. I prefer to buy the cheap ones. He's happy with them. They are good color pencils, and they do the job, so this is just fine for us. Next supply that we can leave in our homeschool, obviously, the pencils. And right now I am using these type of pencils. This is the USA Gold. We were using the Ticonderoga, and I think they're awesome pencils, but I noticed that lately the eraser is coming off from the pencil, and I didn't like that. So I switched to this one. We've been using them right now for our summer, and it's been working very well. The erasers are not coming off. And it's something that we use constantly. I usually buy a big amount of pencils, even though I just have one kid, just because of that reason. We write a lot, or at least I write a lot. And we use it for our programs, and sometimes he misplaced them and he just can grab one and keep going. There's no excuse. I have them in our car schooling, in the caddy that we use for car schooling, in our homeschool room, and in the living room where we have the dining table, and he can just grab those pencils when he needs them. There's no excuse to say I can't do the work because I don't have a pencil. They are everywhere. The next thing that I'm going to show you is something that we need as well. Maybe not for him, but more for me. And I will show you just now. It'll be our sticky notes. I like my sticky notes. I like to mark everything in my book. I like to have it in a way that I can see it, just because if I want to find a page really quick, I don't have to be searching around. That makes me waste time. It takes away his attention. He has a very short attention span, and I like to find things quick and have it in a way that I can just flip that book open and look at the page that I need to look. Okay. Next thing that we use in our homeschool, this is more for me, is this white eraser. Is from Office Depot. What I like about this one first is that just opens with a click. I don't know if you guys can see, but it has a metal part there. And I love the one that has the metal part just because it goes more smoothly when you're going through, take something away from the paper. And I noticed that with the plastic one, they damage easier. This tends to come off from the part where it's supposed to go through the paper. And I just liked this one. It's a Office Depot brand, and it's working very well for us. And it clicks really fast. And it comes with 2 of them. Next thing that I want to show you guys, and it's more for him, and he likes to have those, and I think I purchased them at Walmart, and it's these dry erase markers. We use them in our car schooling. They're small. They come with a magnetic piece in here, and he just have to stick it on his dry erase board and it'll be fine. Or he can put them in his caddy on the side pocket that I just show you guys. This is very helpful, and he likes them. Comes with different colors just to get his attention. And sometimes when I want to organize something that looks prettier and that I want him to focus on that on the dry erase board, I just write with these markers, and he can see whatever it is easier, and it just gets his attention better. Okay. Next thing that I want to show you, this box in here, and this is just a Kleenex box. I use it for our All About Reading cards, and what I do is I put them in here. Inside here, I open the box, I cut the top part, and I use tape or hot glue to cut some of that to the inside so it doesn't look ugly on the inside. And I just put those phonogram cards or word cards inside these box. I use the Kleenex. Obviously we use Kleenex in here just to clean, or if we have runny nose. So I just recycle those boxes and I like them. And if you want me to be honest, it's something that I can't live without in our homeschool now, especially with our program. I just put in here the cards that we are not using at the moment and put them in plastic bags in here, and they stay well if I have to resell the program, or if I want to keep the program because I think we are going to be using it later on. They stay well kept inside the box. Is this friction pen? I use them with my planner and I like them because I can erase with them, if you notice in here. It's a really good pen. I know there are some people that don't like them. They tend to leave sometimes when you erase a little color, like a yellowish brownish color, very light when you erase. What I suggest you for that is to wait until the ink dries completely well, and then you erase whatever you need to erase. In that way it doesn't leave that yellowish color at the end. Okay, other pens that I like to use, and this comes from the dollar store, is these ones. I love them. They're very inexpensive, and there's something about the way that they write, just so smooth and soft, and I like them. They come in different colors. They write black, but they come in different color on the outside. I should say that and explain that better. As well as I love my frictions because they come in different colors as well. These actually write the way they look on the outside. So this one is pink. I have a green one, blue one, and orange one. And there's other packages that come with big amount of pens that are different colors. You can look for that too. They tend to be a little bit expensive. I think they cost me for five of them or six of them, actually $8. Sorry, I don't know what is happening to me now. $6 to $8. So they can be quite expensive, if you want me to be honest, for the pen, because the ink sometimes don't last too long, and it's something you have to replace if you like to write a lot. Okay, something else that I can't live without and that I discovered recently, and this is more for myself, is with these little it looks like a white eraser, a white owl, but it's just glue, and I use them when I have to use my planner, if I'm going to decorate something and I want to put something on top that is not as sticky or that doesn't have glue, and I just want to make sure that it stays there, is this glue here, and I love them. It's a Elmer's name brand. I don't know if you guys can see, and it's a tape runner, and I just liked it. It's a type of tape, and it's been really good to me, and I love it. It doesn't make a mess, and it's easy to use, and it's easy to replace, and it lasts me quite a long time. Next thing I can survive is with these buckets, and in here I put crayons, chalk, dry erase pencils, and all type of things, as well as the crayons. Crayons is something that we always use in our homeschool. Sometimes he likes to color with color pencils, and sometimes he likes to do it with crayons. Depends on his mood, is what he wants to use. So I like to have crayons, and I like to have color pencils. And now Crayola has some skin color crayons that are so good. I love them. I like that about Crayola, that they come with that, with the skin color crayons, and he likes to color with them, and I like to use them as well. These dry erase markers, I like to use them. I like the Expo name brand. There you have to be careful, because I did purchase, and sorry that I'm going back and forth, the ones, let me see if it's this one. If you notice, this has the chisel tip, which is really good, and I like this type. I purchased ones with this type of tip, And if you want me to be honest, I don't like too much this type of tip just because I find difficult to write with it. I feel like my hand writing doesn't look well when I'm writing with this on the dry erase board. The dry erase board is so smooth, and when you write with this it tends to go fast, and I just like better this chisel tip. But with the Expo name brand is a good marker. It's just I don't like with this type of tip, to write with this type of tip. Okay, next thing that I want to show you that I can live without is my Crayola tips marker. I love it. These are the super tips markers, and I think I purchased the box that comes with 100 and something. I'm not quite sure because it's been a while, but I love these markers to use them with the planner, with my planner when I'm going to do some coloring. I have done watercolor drawings with these, and I just use water and I write a little bit and use water, and then I color it, and it's just like watercolors. I mean, probably not with the quality that you want, but it does work very well with me. And I have a video where I show myself doing a watercolor painting with our Crayola super tips, and they were really good. Paintbrushes. I like to paint, I like to draw, and I like to use the watercolors, and I like to use my acrylic paints, and I like to have paintbrushes. He has programs that include a lot of art activities, so he likes to use the paintbrushes, and I like these ones. I purchased these at Walmart. They are really good. I don't complain about it. I wish they have more, or at least the package that I purchased that I saw there at the moment didn't come with a big variety of these ones in particular, so I think that's the downfall of the paintbrushes. But I do like them, and I like to have them just because we like to color a lot. Next thing that I want to show you guys that I can't live without is my guillotine. I like to cut everything, and sometimes just with the scissors is not as easier because I have a lot of things to cut at once, and sometimes he has a lot of activities, especially with the All About Reading, and with these I can just cut them at the same time in a big amount of papers, and it just makes my life easier, and I like it, so I recommend it. Something else I like to show you is this magazine holder. I like to use it just because some of the books are really thick and they tend to want to close, and I can be going to the store and have them spiral bound all the time. I think that's a waste of money at the same time. Sometimes I don't like all the books are spiral bound, even though it feels comfortable when you're going to be using them, because they tend to break easy. So what I did is I like to have them in the magazine holder and pinch the papers and just keep going with what I have to do. It's not going to work if you're doing car schooling, because obviously you're not going to be getting this in your car to try to keep the book open. Is kind of uncomfortable. But for now, when we're doing homeschool in our homeschool room, this is helpful, and I like it, and I like to have it here in our homeschool room because it facilitates my life when we are talking about having to hold the book while I am trying to write something in the dry erase board, just because it's difficult to have to hold the book at the same time while I am writing. I can just lay the book in here and just start writing whatever it is that I have to write in our dry erase board without me having to constantly carry the book to try to keep it open to where I have to be able to see or what I need at the moment from that book. Okay. Next thing that I want to show you that I can live without is our sharpener, and this is one that I purchased recently. I like usually to use the manual one, This electric one was something that my son saw at Walmart, and he was asking, I want that. So I just decided to purchase the electric one. It's not something that you probably really need. I can understand if you want to purchase an electric sharpener just because you have multiple kids, but for me, that I have one kid, this is just enough. It was quite inexpensive. I still like my manual sharpener. I don't know, there's something about it. I just like to sharpen my own pencils. But he likes the electric one. I use the electric one as well. What I don't like about the electric sharpeners, and maybe that's the reason why I like the manual one more, is because they tend to eat more from the pencil. It just grabs more pieces or chunks the pencil into a short pencil. I don't know if I am explaining that well. I am sorry. But I don't like that much. But it's been good to us. It's working good. It's something that my son likes. There's something about the electric sharpener that he likes, and he enjoys it, and it was inexpensive, so I just purchased this one. Next thing we can live without is our erasers. I like to have erasers everywhere, in our car, in the homeschool room, in our living room, everywhere I can have one, just because he tends to get on the ones that the pencil has, and I don't like that. Sometimes we forget the erasers, and I liked for the pencil to keep those erasers that the pencil come with. So we use these erasers. I don't have a name brand in specific. I just purchase erasers, and I noticed that all of them do the same. Some of them, like with some of the pencils, leave like a red residue. Those are the ones that I tend to stay far away from. But these ones are being really good to us. These are pen gear from Walmart, and both of them I purchased at Walmart actually. And these are the ones we use the most, and it works really well for us. So these are the ones that I like to use. As well, I like to use this X-Acto knife. I like to use always X-Acto knives in here, just because it makes my life easy if I have to cut something that I can't cut with my guillotine. And I just like to have this one to be able to do the projects that are more simple, or projects that require for me to be careful in the way that I am doing that cut. So I use these X-Acto knives for that. And that's it, guys. That's all I use and that I can live without in our homeschool. Is supplies that we use constantly. All of them is something that we use. Some of them we use more than others, but we still need all the ones that I show you guys now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Give me thumbs up so you can keep supporting my channel. I will see you then. Bye bye.